Hi, and welcome to the Honest Hour podcast, the show that encourages you to lead with curiosity and question everything. I'm your host, Jahnay, and each week we'll dive into topics that many shy away from. If any of this interests you, make sure you follow so you don't miss when I drop a new episode. So get comfy while we get curious.
Ooh, that was a nice intro.
Thank you.
That was very well said. That was very well said. I'm
Thank
sitting here
you.
like, I'm already thinking like I'm talking to Angelina about our intro after this.
That's so funny.
That was beautiful.
I'm so excited to welcome our guest today.
Hello.
We have two lovely hosts of the Get Well Soon podcast. Yes. We have Tyler to the right of me, and then Angelina.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. I'm not over us all wearing blue. I just want to
know.
say that we are all matching and not a single one of us talk to each other about our outfits.
Love this for us.
We're just like synced. We're connected.
That just happened.
It just happened.
It literally
Today
just
was
happened.
meant to be, so thank you very much for having us here.
Oh, and
your
it just
lovely
feels right.
abode too. Like your lovely abode. Like it's beautiful.
you.
Vibes are good. We're excited.
I'm excited to welcome you to the couch.
Yeah. You're going to have a hard time getting us off the couch because like this couch is like, I'm like, you're gonna like talk to me and be like, why isn't she answering? And I'm gonna be like, here, like,
Are you okay? Are you here? Are
out
you alive?
cold. I'm literally out. Got my matcha though. I'm trying to. But no, this is lovely. I love this. Thank you for having us.
I'm so excited. So I want to tell you all a little bit about their podcast. Then they'll get the opportunity to share more if you need to, if you want to.
Thank you.
So the Get Well Soon podcast is all about being authentically yourself through the good and the bad. This is a space dedicated to helping others through our own life experiences and awareness. Mm-hmm. So is there anything else that you all would like to add or...
I think just the only thing that was very well said, that's perfect for, what the Get Well Soon podcast is, a sister company, like umbrellaed underneath the Get Well Soon brand.
Yeah.
And I did, start the Get Well Soon brand because I wanted to create a space that is not common to where you can step in it and understand that the things that you go through and things that happen to you and stuff like that, they shape who you are, but they can shape you into the highest version of yourself if you understand and can be able to vent about it and hear that other people go through it, because the whole point of the human experience is to connect. And a lot of things in our day-to-day lives make us believe that that's not a thing, and that, oh my God, I'm so angry about this. I'm the only person that gets angry about that. I'm devastated that this happened to me and I'm the only one. It happens to all of us in different situations, and by using our experiences and things that we go through and helping others kind of maneuver it, it just creates a space of healing and growth, and that leads to everything you could ever want in life.
Yeah.
And Angelina's been, I always say this, the best co-host, like, because we go through same struggles, but we have completely different situations that brought us there. So it's kind of, cool for that.
Yeah.
But we just want to heal the world as much as we can.
Yeah.
As much as, touch as many people as we can.
Absolutely. That was so lovely. That was beautiful.
Thanks.
So today we are going to be talking about women's health and wellness. And there's so many different topics we can really go down. Like it's a big umbrella.
We could do 100,000 episodes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peace, love, women.
I want us to start by, sharing something personal or an experience that has had a significant impact on your health and wellness journey. I know that's a loaded question, so take all the time you need. And if you want, I can start. I don't mind. But I think it's important to.
She has a problem. I always make her start things.
Yeah.
Because I know I talk a lot, so I try to like make sure she talks.
Okay.
So I'm going to go last.
Okay.
You want to go first and then she can go?
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'll go first.
So we're already getting deep, okay? We're on the couch. This is it. Honest hour. And I'm saying all this to prep myself because this is something that I am not as used to sharing with people.
Okay.
And so for if there's any new time listeners, so I have my master's degree in marriage and family therapy. So I took sex therapy courses, and in those courses, we're learning about women's sexual health, not just women, but just sexual health. And, we're going through this course, and I'm hearing things that I've never heard before. I'm like, why am I just now hearing about this? Like, why do we not talk about these things? Because it could be very helpful to feel as though you were seen and heard, right? There might be some experiences where you're like, wow, as you were saying a couple minutes ago, that you feel as though you're the only person going through what you're going through. And I was diagnosed with dyspareunia. Are you familiar?
No.
Okay, so dyspareunia is painful intercourse.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about. I just didn't know the term for it.
In the word.
And is it, and mind you can cut this off, I asked too
go
deep
ahead.
a question or whatever. Is it the position of your uterus canal, like how it, so I was, something that I learned about this was my last visit with my gyno for my yearly. She was like, whatever the actual scientific of your canal of your uterus is tilted downwards. Like you have really good positioning. And I was like, oh, do people not have good positioning? And she said there's certain things that happen that make intercourse really uncomfortable for women.
Like a retro uterus. Like there's different positions
and one of them was like, it can go upwards and that's why? Or is that what that is? Or is it just in general, it's...
When I tell you, so I had it, like I was at a point, so it was a new diagnosis, like past couple of years. And when it first happened, I was like, what's happening to me? What is wrong?
Yeah.
That's a big thing. Like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah. And I have a couple diagnoses, guys. So I was like, I literally have a list in my notes on my phone of diagnoses, and it's locked because I'm like, you know what? I can't have everybody knowing what's going on up here, man.
I got pages.
Like, it's deep in there. And like dyspareunia, I didn't remember that name for so long. So I'm like, it's good to, especially like when you're at the doctors, they're asking you about your history, and I'm like, what? I don't know anything. I know nothing about myself. Why are you asking me?
Yeah.
So, that's how I got that. But anywho's, I'm still learning. I don't know, and I don't fully understand. And I personally believe that it was linked to some sort of trauma, or my body was telling me that, like, we should not be here, girl. What's going on?
Your body will tell you. I'm going to tell you. It's such a thing that it's how I became friends with Mia Khalifa.
What?
Yeah, because no.
Her face when she said that. She's like, bitch, what?
It sounds crazy. So I had made a
like
TikTok.
In real life?
Yeah, on social media. But I had made a TikTok because I was scrolling and this girl was like, it's not your pH balance isn't the problem, it's the man you're with, and your pH balance is going to tell you this is not, you're not either. And there's also genetically sometimes you're just not compatible and your body will like reject, but it's your body rejecting, or if your partner's dirty, unfortunately, like whatever. And I had chronic BV and yeast for my whole long-term relationship, and I was in that, my gyno file looks like a series. It looks like, and the moment I left, I've never had it again. And so there I was on TikTok or whatever, and some girl, I didn't know this at the time, but she had said, it's not your pH balance that's the problem, it's the man. And I went in the comment section and I learned that about like, from TikTok, that women's body will reject the partner if it's not like whatever. And I stitched it and I was like, so this is my diagnosis? It wasn't actually me. It was him or like whatever.
You are the problem.
You're the problem. And it went viral because not a single woman knew that. And everybody was like, wait a damn second. And here comes Mia Khalifa in my comments. Girl, I could have told you that a little bit ago. I was like, and we're friends now. She followed me on TikTok. Like it was whatever. But it's crazy. I think there was like probably maybe like 5,000 like women in the comments, like, wait a second, this is my problem. Like, and I'm like, see, nobody talks about it. Also, this is your sign. Get out.
Literally though.
And track star out of that relationship, babe. Or you need to have a serious conversation with that man. Or partner or whoever it is, But that's, so is it a physical diagnosis or is it like it
is physical.
Okay.
I don't fully understand it because like when I got the diagnosis, I'm like, add another one. Add another one. And at that point, I didn't even have the bandwidth to do the deep research. Like I was more so, okay, how do we fix it? At that point I was just, and it took a long while. There was another diagnosis I got at that time. blanking on the. Hold on. Let me go to the case files.
Wait, I really can I Google the first one you said, because I'm somebody that I love being educated on all things. So when I
Absolutely.
So is it to do
would I
with your uterus, like being, you know how like some people your uterus can be backwards, so it can be painful if you're hitting, or does it hurt?
what is it called again?
Dyspareunia. So Dyspernia. Is that right or wrong?
I typed in the wrong thing. Well, I clicked the wrong.
Like, is it painful all the time?
Oh,
Or is it
no.
painful in certain positions?
So at the time, it was all the like. There are certain positions that were not as painful, but still uncomfortable, and it felt so like a lot of pressure was there.
What is...
So this is
coming up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's genital pain that can be experienced before, during, or after intercourse, but it's debatable whether it's classified as a sexual disorder or a pain disorder, as identifying the specific location can prove challenging. And why I asked you that is like sometimes and I'm sure we'll get into this like when we talk later in some of the other topics, that some of the sexual problems people go through, it's a mental block and it's like a mental thing. And it does say that it can be caused by medical factors, but also emotional factors as well.
Yeah.
So it's probably like a combination of both, but it does say that it seems, the craziest thing is that it says that it's hard. It proves challenging to find the origin. I don't think it's actually hard to find the origin. It's probably there hasn't been
Enough research.
enough research and time, because that's another thing too, is women's health is not researched enough. It's not. And like, or at least if it is being, you're not teaching it to us.
Well, also your women's bodies are constantly changing. So like I had a daughter, so like my body is not the same as it was prior to like having her, or even pregnancy. My body was completely different, and your body is changing as you're growing. Even if you don't have kids, your body is just your hormones are constantly going to change.
We did not say that Miss Angelina's a nurse, so she knows her things. Okay.
I'm in nursing school. I did not graduate yet.
Well, I'm sorry. On track to become.
She's a nurse. She's a nurse.
She's
in
like,
my brain.
hold on.
She's
In my head.
I did not graduate yet.
Don't ask me any medical questions, because I tried answering one of Angelina's quiz questions and I got it so wrong.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted them to know that like you're studying this stuff.
Yeah.
Like this is real.
And you tell her what you want to be in, the department you want to be in, your full department.
I want to do labor and delivery and NICU, and then eventually down the line, I want to go back for my master's, and I want to do like midwife and kind of help, because
I got someone. Okay.
Yeah. I told her, I was like, I want you to do it, because I want to do an all natural birth.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I went natural.
Oh, I would love to talk about that.
Yes, so I went natural.
She has tips and tricks.
Wait. Forget my story. I want to know your.
So I was asking you these questions about if you understood, if you ever learned why you're having pain.
Yeah.
Because I learned that my uterus, after I had my daughter, it's now deviated to the left a little, and it's also flipped. Okay. So when I'm in certain positions during intercourse, it's painful. And she said there's different kinds of tricks that you can do where it's not painful. Tyler's face.
Only because I not that you're traumatizing me, but I just had a conversation with one of my friends who had a baby yesterday about something that happened to her after. And I'm just sitting here like, wow, they just don't tell you this. They just make it seem like you pop out a baby and then boom. Yeah. You're good. No, because I was learning about clippings down there yesterday. About getting clipped down there.
As in no more children?
Like when, what do you mean? No, like when things start to come out and they're not supposed to come out, they start falling out and you get it clipped to get it put back in.
What?
Yeah,
had no idea.
Wait, what?
Who told you this?
my
certified?
No, she's I don't think people probably don't know the name, whatever, but I'm not gonna say her name, but she's pregnant now with her second. She had her first. After her first, now when we're talking necessarily the exact part of her, I don't know, because but part of the inside of her now hangs out. And in order to fix that, she has to be done having children, and they'll do so. They're going to clip some of the tissue to put it back in.
So what happens is if she had a laceration, I'm guessing, so a tear down there when she had kids, it probably didn't heal right. So extra tissue might have like built up on top of her scarring.
And then it's hanging.
And so that's what could be. So I'm
gonna pass out.
Thinking
about getting
that
like, down there
TikTok
makes me
where
want to pass
the person
out.
with the list and all the reasons why they like don't want to have kids.
She needs to hear this.
Yeah, add it to
said
the
the
list.
But yeah.
So I still am curious about this natural birthing. So here is what's in my head, okay? And then I'm coming to you next. Here is what is in my head, right? Okay. So number one, this is what I envision. And okay. So I'm at home in a bathtub, in a nice tub. And my baby, I'm standing because I don't understand the laying on the bed theory. I don't understand. Okay. So I'm letting gravity help me. Okay. Yeah. Boom. And then my little baby girl's going to come out in the water and it's all going to be great and life's going to be great and no complications. And I'm going to have people aside just in case I need them for assistance. And yeah.
Are you cutting the umbilical cord?
You have to do that, right?
Are you going to cut it though yourself? Like, are you going to?
Usually the partner does it or.
Yeah, my man could do that. That's not what
I needed the full vision. Sorry, I needed to really submerge. Okay, husband, cut the umbilical cord.
Like, how realistic is that fairy tale? That feels like a fairy tale.
It's doable.
Is it?
You just have the midwives come to your house.
But you have to take care of yourself when you're pregnant. Is my biggest thing, and seeing in the field that I am and the stories that I heard, and women don't take care of themselves when they're pregnant. They this is not just broad. I think you just give up on yourself. You're like, oh, I'm pregnant. I can eat whatever I want. Don't get me wrong. Eat that damn donut. You gotta eat a lot of more calories while you're pregnant. But you're not really supposed to gain like 50 pounds while you're pregnant. You have to still take care of yourself, still move around, still do your daily life. You can't stop living just because you're becoming a mom. Yeah. Or even as a mom, don't stop living.
Yeah.
And you always told me
moving is the best thing for your body. It doesn't have to be going to the gym. Walk. Yeah. Take a walk around. Just by yourself even. You have so much going on. Your body's changing. Yeah. Just take a moment to think during your walk, and you're doing something for your body as well. It's helping your body. Gravity works so well in you are right. Gravity is amazing during labor. It's helping the baby, but also doing those exercises while stretching, walking, it's all helping that baby get in the position it needs to be to come out. And some people do have complications, and some babies are breech, and it sucks, and that probably crushes moms that work their whole pregnancy to still be healthy during, and then that's their outcome. But that's also just life. Not everything's going to be the way you want it to be. But true. Don't give up. And if you have other kids, don't say, I'm going to give up on my body, because you don't want to be unhealthy while pregnant. And you want to keep moving, and you want to, because you're growing your child. Yeah. That's what you're doing.
Is breech when the feet come first?
Yes. Okay. And it could be like
arm or something like this.
They could be like this, like in your belly instead of, they want to be head down.
Yeah, so they could be like sideways. Is that what you just said?
So they can't be like this in your belly.
Yeah. Like the head has to be first.
Yeah, the head has to be down. It is. It's a crazy experience. And that's also something I feel like is huge for education. Like, doctors told me, make sure you're exercising, make sure you do the same thing.
Breath work and stuff like that.
And don't, if you never exercised a day in your life before, don't go to the gym and start lifting weights. Don't do that. Yeah. But still take a walk, do your
Yeah.
steps, make
I
sure
like
you get
that.
your steps
Walking.
in. Yeah, walking is
There's so much
huge.
power in walking.
So much power.
It's so nice
Yeah.
too.
And
Therapeutic.
it's so nice just to like go outside or
Yeah.
walk on the treadmill if you have one.
We are back and ready to play.
I'm always ready to play.
I love this. Okay, so
Up to bat.
we had to take a little intermission.
Yeah.
And I had the privilege, the absolute privilege of tasting the Fixer Upper.
And it's an energy hydration tea. That's another thing too. A lot of people don't realize that's tea. It's just a cold tea. Chilled tea.
This is more than just tea.
Let's
talk about it. Wait, the tea is that it is the tea. Like, insane.
Stop.
Like, it tastes so good. Like, honestly, like, I'm all flustered. I don't even know what to say.
I got this flustered in wellness.
Wait a minute. No, wait. Which one did I get? I feel like I got the
That's strawberry lemonade.
strawberry lemonade. Because, okay, well, you did say that there was lavender in it. Because the flavors, please, I can't.
And no sugar. Gluten-free, non-GMO.
Yeah,
Vegan.
I love this.
Did the whole 9. Had to.
I love this.
Yeah, so it's
amazing.
It's a good, wellness drink. So it has, like I was telling you, the aloe for your gut health and for you to digest the 25 plus essential.
I'm already digesting.
It's your things are gonna flow.
Yeah.
You know. I'm just cracking up at your Lemmy DeBlute. That's a side thing. She made a Lemmy DeBlute review video,
God.
and it just came up. She said, "Make sure you're home."
Yeah, it comes out of you.
But this one you could take on the go. It won't
Yeah.
be. It won't be. It's not like a laxative or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's very natural. It does have 160 milligrams of caffeine. So when you're drinking the pure concentrate bottles, you can drink it full. I have had people who drink 2 in one day. There's people who drink it full, whatever.
Yeah.
Or if you want to split into 2 and you kind of want a lighter, and you don't want to do pure concentrate, you get a 30-ounce cup.
Yeah.
You pour half, put it ice and water because this doesn't really, it has some water in it.
Yeah.
But when it was being sold in store, we usually do add half of a 30-ounce cup of water. So, but yeah, you can drink it either or. So you can get 1 drink out of it or you can get 2.
Yeah.
But it's a good pick-me-up. Like I was saying, I had my best friend's mom was like, it helped her with her period cramps.
Yeah.
My cousin texted me that her migraine went away. And it's a pick-me-up. You're going to, like, I always say, like, when I drink those, I could scrub my house with a toothbrush.
Yeah.
This doesn't really, it's kind of like, it just gets everything moving.
Yeah.
So it's not going to, like, literally make you pour everything out of you that wasn't supposed to come out. It's just, you're not going to be constipated. You're not going to be, feeling that stuff. I had somebody who's been like really bad constipated and that helped them start doing the bathroom. I was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Let me know when you need it.
Yeah.
I got it.
So
for now,
what caused you, or because even I feel like we could have a lot of amazing ideas, but number one, to continue through that process of building and also selecting and figuring out what you needed to build that, like the Fixer Upper, like what was that like for you? How did you get there? And
I guess so for your first question of like, how do I can take the idea? I get a lot of creative ideas all day long, all the time. That's one of my little superpowers. I am a very original, creative person, but when I get an idea or thought or something in my head, I'm insane and it's getting done. Like, for instance, this was supposed to be in store, and a week before I left the country and this was supposed to drop, I was told it was no longer going to be able to be sold in store, and I didn't have a place to sell it. Well, I got on Square. I made myself my first ever full-on website. I got all these things to make the orders, delivery, stuff like that, because everybody who knows me, and if this is the first time meeting me, big manifestation person. And a big part of manifesting and making things come true is you cannot have a single ounce of doubt. There's no self-doubt. There's no doubt in the product. So I tell myself, I want to come out with this drink, and it's for a nonprofit too. So all proceeds go to the nonprofit for the game show in October that I'm going on. So I told myself, this is what it's going to do. That's it. There's nothing, no one can tell me anything else. Nobody can tell me it's not going to happen. Nothing can come in my way, and I keeping that mindset, and it just allows me to, stuff like that. And then in terms of creating the drink, I have to give credit to Catherine Pamias from Burlington Nutrition, who's introduced me to these teas and taught me how to make, the first one. She taught me how to make Love Struck and the flavoring and stuff. And so, no, you're okay.
I didn't know if I pressed record.
Can you
highlighting red?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're good. It's in a square. Wait, I saw you go.
It's like
Oh, wait. No,
sorry.
you're good. We're here.
Burlington.
We're here. Yeah, you have the red ring. And then for this drink, I told her, I was like, I want to do a lemonade line because you can do variations. I want to do lemon lavender because I want to like spice it up. I don't want like that tart. I want it to be like nice and relaxing kind of lemonade.
Yeah.
And that way we can do just lemonade. We can do strawberry lemonade. We can do blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry.
And it's not public yet, but I'll give you guys a little because it'll be public. Maybe, I think when this goes up, there's to-go tea kits now to where the drink's not made, so you can just keep the powder and make it wherever you're at. And they're cherry and it's cherry lemonade. But yeah, no, the powder's only 5 of them right now. But this is all just like I said for the nonprofit. This is only supposed to be for like 2 months of, but it's been so fun being so hands-on and making a product that I think I want to do this every couple of months. Stirring it up. So I have some, drink ideas even for next year coming up. I think we're going to do a fall drink through the podcast. I was looking into it. 100%. 100%. I love a good collaboration. I told you guys the little crossover Nickelodeon Cartoon Network. My favorite. That was one of my favorite childhood memories.
Yeah.
I love that.
Love
100%.
a good crossover.
Good cross. Well,
Wait,
it's
do you
good.
remember when the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody did it?
With-
who was it with?
With
Was it Hannah? No, not Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
Wait, was
It was Hannah Montana. I think it was childhood. And now things are just
Take it back.
life.
I know it's kind of weird. It feels like
I don't want my daughter watching what's on Disney now.
I don't even know what it is.
It's just weird stuff.
Is it?
And there's a lot of innuendos. Like sometimes like my brother will be watching. I'm like, change the channel.
Really?
Because why are they? Yeah. And like, if you watch the documentary that came out with Drake Bell about all the assaults and stuff on the set, you actually realize how much, and like they still do it, like squirting things on kids' face and things like that No, that documentary I highly recommend everybody watch because it's really eye-opening to what goes on the set. And it's crazy because up until that documentary came out, this isn't really a spoiler, but the case that Drake Bell had when he was younger, he was a John Doe on it. So when that documentary came out, like the mom from Drake and Josh, she found out. So everybody knew about this kid that was being assaulted on set, how bad it was, what had happened, but nobody knew who the kid was. So the cast of Drake and Josh never knew it was Drake. And until the documentary came out and the mom from Drake and Josh, the actor, made a big post because she was like, I'm so sorry. I never picked up on it. I'm so sorry. Like I never, like stuff like that. And it's just like, I mean, look at Amanda Bynes. And if they dive into her, and I know she's not, but you know how she did all this stuff to her face now? I didn't know this, but her reasoning is so that no man will ever want to touch her again. So she screwed up her face and everything and her body so that no man would ever touch her again.
That's deep.
See,
And when you watch her young, she is full of life, beautiful, like
she
inside
was
out.
beautiful and like just like
And it's a shame.
happy and like you could feel like the bubble of joy she was.
But then they show the other side of
other
what was
side,
going
yeah.
on. And like she had been tweeting from a fake account for help. Nobody helped her. Like her parents put her through it. And they exposed some of the parents that knew what was going on and kept their kid in. It's
like, I know that there's like, for example, as I saw something, I don't know where I saw it, but it was basically saying that like as a therapist, like if you have a client that, trigger warning,
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay.
Okay.
But they take their life, and the therapist is wondering, where did I go wrong? What did I miss? Why didn't I pick up on it?
Oh, wow.
And sometimes you put on such a good mask. Not to say they were, but I'm wondering how can you put yourself in a position to. And I kind of have an answer, but I'm curious my own answer, curious to hear what you all think. How can you put yourself in that position where you are picking up on things like when, no matter what it is that people are going through, what are the signs? Because you don't really know. Like someone could be the happiest person, right? But then be going through absolute shit. So what can you do as friends, as people who have maybe went through it yourselves, or what does that look like? I know that's a big question.
I have an answer. I just see if you have an answer.
Well, my friend growing up, she was like the happiest girl. Everyone loved her. Everyone knew who she was, and she ended up killing herself, and we were 14. And you would never expect it from her. I mean, she had tough skin. She was gorgeous. She had amazing talent. And my answer to that is just always check in. Be like, are you okay? Like, just ask. Just ask. Even if you think they're happy, just ask. Be like, are you doing okay? Like, I'm here if you need me. Like, just always remind those people that really are the happiest and that look the happiest. Like, just remind them, like, we're here if you need to listen. Like, something like that. You don't have to, like, push at them because you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But just a simple, like, are you okay? Or waving at a stranger, saying hi. Like,
That's a big thing.
Like,
Smile at everybody.
Smile at
love
everyone.
that, yeah.
Like, you look great today, to a stranger. Like, that might save them.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I feel like you hear stories about people saying that a stranger saved me because they asked me how I was doing that day.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's big.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trigger warning, because I didn't give it last time. I'm going to talk about, I lost my best friend sophomore year of high school. And it was different. The signs were there. We all knew. We always tried. It was always said. That story's crazy. And I don't really talk about it much, so I'm not going to necessarily dive into that. But aside from that, I have more grippy socks than the average person. I've been in multiple different, health where you check yourself in, and I've tried to kill myself approximately probably like 4 to 5 times. And something that it's difficult because I had people who knew I was depressed. I always faked it, always do all that other stuff. And I do have the belief that it really, at the end of the day, if somebody's going to do it, they're going to do it. It does not matter what you say. It doesn't matter if there's 100 people standing there hugging you saying you're fine. If you mentally are telling yourself you're going to do it, the person's going to do it. So, there is a lot of guilt that can come from that and thinking you don't do enough, but everybody does enough of what they were capable of at the moment. I think, like you had said, checking in, but also I somewhat disagree when you do got to push, because if you were anybody who would ask me, hey, how are you doing? I'm good. Oh, that's good. That's it. Conversation. Someone's like, are you sure you're good? Anything you want to talk about? Then you kind of start having the thoughts of like, can I open up to them? Can I tell them that I want to die? Can I, stuff like that. I think for me too, the more I became in tune with myself and allowing myself to be empathetic, I can always tell when something's wrong with somebody. And sometimes, and when I really use the skills when I'm out drinking, I don't know why, but like you could just, because when people drink, it's a downer. So you really start to see people. And so like, I'll never forget this at a graduation party this year. There was a guy and he was just like, playing it cool, like, whatever. And then there was a moment where we were smoking. It was just me and him. And I was like, you okay? He's like, yeah, why? And I was like, I don't know. You're giving my chest a little tug, like something's wrong. And we ended up talking for like 3 hours. And he kept just talking down about himself in reference to his other brother, like he's the smart one, I'm the dumb one, all this other stuff. And I was like, stop saying that, like this whole thing. And at the end of it, I was wasted, by the way. So I was really proud of myself because thank God I came across sane enough. He had said like, thank you, like for noticing that. And it wasn't that he looks sad or whatever. It's just when you're in tune with yourself so well, you can feel when something's wrong. And I'm for me personally, so when I get that feeling with somebody, I don't let it slide. Yeah. I will wait for appropriate time, but I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Yeah. And you can tell me nothing. You sure? I'll ask you a couple times. You sure? Because you could talk about it. It doesn't have to be whatever. Yeah. But I think it's, and not being so self-absorbed with yourself to notice things around you and stuff. But if you're just there for people, that's all you can do. Like there's not, I have survivor's guilt a lot. It's a little bit different because it's not guilt of not doing enough. It's just like, it's like a why me thing. Like, I see like this 14-year-old boy just took his life last week and the 9-year-old did this. And I'm like, I tried doing it multiple times. And so that's another big thing about Get Well Soon brand is because of that. Like I'm here for a reason. And I found that reason, thank God, because I have to have purpose because I'm on borrowed time is what I always say. Like if it were up to me and my decisions, I wouldn't be here. And I'm so like, I cry about it all the time. So grateful because life is so amazing. Yeah. And all those dark thoughts I had and stuff like that, they were never true. Yeah. I was just Miss Stupid on my shoulder. She doesn't belong here. You're not allowed here. Only Miss good thoughts, you know? But I never thought about it on a professional level of what that does to a therapist to lose a client. Because like your career is helping them not do something like that and helping them aid. And that's not a good topic. Because it's not.
It's a good topic to discuss.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, let me not say like this is
okay.
like, you know, but.
But I appreciate you sharing your story. And, you know, again, there's so many angles to look at it and so many different positions to take on it. I'm sure as like even a family member or a close friend, there's guilt on, you know, that end as well. So there's so many ways to kind of go about that situation in terms of so many feelings.
Well, it's very situational, very to the person, to the situation. It's never one and the same. It's one of those things to where you can't measure it by someone else's depression, someone else's sadness, by their attempts, whys, you know, things like that. It's just very, I always try to say though, as sad as it is, I have the belief that when you pass, if you're like a good person, you evil people, this is not about you. I don't know what to say about you guys. I'm talking about the people who do good in life and kids and all that. When you pass, all of the things, the materialistic, physical things here that made your soul feel that way are completely gone, and your soul's in a very uplifted, happy state. I do believe people come back and stuff like that. So, you know, when a kid, or I say kids because that's a really big problem, is like children, like when we're younger doing it, adults too, of all ages, people do this at all ages, but you know, when it's really tragic, I always like to have the thought that, okay, well, whatever they were feeling and thinking that made them do that, they no longer have that, because I do believe like the soul heals like when it passes. Just a little silver lining. It's not the best silver lining, doesn't make it necessarily the situation better, but you gotta have to have some kind of positive beliefs in those type of things, that you did everything you could do. It was enough. It was, you did everything that you know, were thinking of and stuff. And as sad as it is, you know that they're in a good place. So, and that's the goal, was to get them to a good place. It might not have been the place you were aiming for, but it was, they're at peace type of thing.
I also would add to what you all both already shared that, you know, for me, I think when I was going through like my depressive episodes, you know, it showed up in like physical ways, I suppose. Like I just was not taking care of myself.
Not at all.
And for some people, like I remember I was in this group chat and I got like judgment because I said I hadn't like showered in like 2-3 days. And like someone was defending me in the chat. They were like, you don't know what people go through, like da da da. But like, it's just, I think that unawareness that people lack, you know what I mean? Awareness that people lack. And you know, my environment, like my space, I hadn't cleaned in so long. And like, if you know me, I'm anal about it, right? Even if I say that like, you know, I don't know, I've like done like light things, but like my dishes will pile up, or like, you know, just things that, you know, you, to your core, you're really passionate about, or you're used to doing, and you're slowly losing that. But I feel like people can only pick up on those things when they are seeing you. It's
That's
so
true.
different when you're like, you're texting your friend and like, you could put on a good face on social media via text, but like actually show up for your friends and check on them. Like, you know, it could be hard maybe like if you're far away or for whatever reason, whatever the case may be, but make that time to just like physically check in, because I think people's environments are so much more telling. And also you can sense things in person versus, you know, in other ways. So, and even again, like you said, you could be sitting across from someone and still not know a thing. You know,
you never know what's going on behind closed doors.
Right.
But to bounce on what you're talking about is actually a scientific study. When you are depressed and stuff like that, you mentally don't have a value put on yourself. So you don't treat yourself with value. So you do lack. People, that's why it's a scientific study that your space is a reflection of your mindset. So, you know, the more you're not mentally healthy, the more your space will show it, the more you'll show it within yourself. And for me too, this was the craziest thing. So I'm down 60 pounds now since I was at my heaviest. And that first like 20, 25 pounds, I wasn't working out. I wasn't dieting, nothing. I simply had a mindset change, and it just fell off because it's like, it really, your mental health, it might not be something you can hold, but it shows. It's very measurable in the things around you and in yourself. And I do believe physically checking in with somebody, like I know there would be times where I would go into my friend's depressive room and I was the friend that'd be, get up, we can go get a 12 pack of Twisted Teas if you want to keep it going. Like we could drink, we can get sad, but we are going to clean this room right now and we will spend hours cleaning it, because I know that this wasn't from depression, but my room was dirty the past 2 days just from being busy. And I was in there last night and I was like, I feel like awful being in this room right now. Yeah. So I cleaned it all up or whatever. And I was like, and when you're in a clean space, you wake up, your days are better. Good. You go to bed, you feel, put on your little Love Island show in your clean bed and stuff like that. Yeah. So I do agree that that's really important too, to not only mentally check in, but physically check in as well. Yeah. Well, your headspace is looking good. It's beautiful in here, nice and clean. So I'm going to say that little sign factor, I'm going to be like, check. That's a good thing.
I really do appreciate you all like getting deep and, willing to talk about these hard topics, because it's not easy. And I think for people all over, whomever is going to listen and see this, we could be helping someone.
And see this, because you have the camera.
I know. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you, because I think it's so much fun, like doing highlight clips and stuff like that. Like I do love that big part, because then people can like specifically tune into the conversation you're putting in that highlight. And I think this episode's going to have a lot of good moments for you to do that and stir up that conversation and bring visual focus too. And like we look good, we're like little Smurfs, but it's fine. Like look at us, little blueberries, the bluey. I like that kid show. What is that?
Bluey.
Is that the show?
That is the name of the show.
That's the name of the show.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the dog too, right?
What dog?
From Blue.
Is it a dog?
Yeah.
Oh, I have not. I don't have any kids around me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've just from the kids around me, but I like that one. I think sometimes for like some of the kids shows, I'm like, what is the substance here? What's the value? Like, what are we doing here? I miss when like Magic School Bus used to take me an adventure of like down into the esophagus, and you learn about the heart and the.
I don't remember that
Magic School Bus with Miss Frizzle, right?
The show, like I remember the actual.
Yeah,
bus,
I remember
Magic School Bus.
Yes,
that was my show.
Yes,
and you go science class when they were
the what?
The chalk guy? The chalk boy?
Blue Clues?
No, the chalk boy. Get out. And after this, we're doing a rapid fire, okay? Chalk
boy. But I can't. I have to bring back focus to when you would be in science class and they'd wheel that box TV into the room and they'd be like, "We're watching Magic School."
I'd be like, "Let's
front
go.
and center. Let's go."
Okay, Chalk Zone. You don't know?
Yes.
Please,
yes,
Chalk Zone.
Yes.
The little blue one?
And he had his little robot buddy.
Yes.
I don't know if he's a robot, but he kind of gives me robot vibes.
I don't even know.
Sorry, I'm squishing
But just like, I love talking about like taking it back to things that we do not remember at all. Because who the heck brings that up anymore?
Well, because our lives, that's another thing too, is there's a lot of things put into our lives meant to distract us. And you forget about like those wholesome grounding moments. Because you're thinking like, bills and groceries and rent and this and that. And like a lot of people don't take the time to sit down and be like, for a moment, screw all of that.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about it. I'm going to watch my favorite Disney movie. That's one of my favorite things. I'm
a Bob's Burgers girl. Like I like just like, or reality TV show.
Anything that just, you just woosah. Yeah. But no, exactly. I'm a big Disney. I love the live action Disney. The Beauty and the Beast live action. Ooh, I've watched that too many times, but I love it every time.
It is time for rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So I'm only going to do 2 questions because I know you I want you both to answer.
Okay.
So number 1, and we will start with, since you always start, Tyler.
Thank goodness.
What is your guilty pleasure?
There's a lot that just came to mind. Guilty pleasure, it's rapid fire, so it has to be quick.
1, 2, 3, go.
I like reading. I like reading a lot. Okay, guilty pleasure, to be honest, is having a guilty.
Wait, like it makes you feel guilty
that I have it.
Yeah, it's a pleasure of yours that you're like kind of guilty about. Like you feel like, ooh.
I don't even know if I could say.
Go and say it.
Oh my God.
Are you embarrassed?
No. Well, it's a guilty pleasure, right?
Yeah,
so it has to be something that you like.
You're thinking too hard.
No, I'm not. I'm thinking of how to word it because it's not bad. Can she go first?
What? Just say it.
No, I
I have
don't
like
know.
stupid guilty pleasures because I'm a mom.
Yeah, you go first, and I'll think how to
fine, you
word
go
it.
first.
A
have to
stupid
think.
guilty pleasure. See, it's weird for me because everything I do without my daughter is guilty. I have like guilty conscience for it.
Oh,
So like,
okay.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Going
First thing that comes to your head.
driving by myself, I get a really bad guilty conscience. I'm like, why did I just leave Savannah? Why is she not in the car with me?
Yeah.
I told you it's mom guilt. It's stupid. So like,
No, it's not stupid.
it's just
very
like
valid.
it's not. If you're a mom, you would like.
Yeah.
Moms that are watching, you just showering by yourself, guilty.
Yeah. Anything by yourself.
Yeah.
Eating,
Yep.
maybe. Yeah.
Oh, I got Chick-fil-A without my daughter. Oh, I'm an awful mom.
Yeah. You're not.
No,
But like, that's the
you
guilt.
know.
Yeah.
So say yours, because you're
Okay.
like over here giggling.
It's not necessarily I feel guilty, but it's like one of those that you probably wouldn't like whatever. But when I'm stressed in business, oh my God, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. And it just fixes everything for me, bro. Like, I can't even say the words.
What?
I can't even say the words. I think masturbating is actually one of the best things in the world.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But
why
like-
are you feeling that way about it?
Because we're taught like that we're not supposed to, like say things like that. And
Okay.
that's, things like that. But like probably once a day, 100%, especially if I'm like stressed out, it's definitely going to be twice a day. And like,
love that for you.
it's the best thing in the world. Like, boom, me and my vibrator, me and her are like this. When she dies, oh, I will throw you out right now. What? What do you mean? I gotta do it
extra
myself.
batteries, girl.
It's a charge. I'm like, get the fuck out of my bed. I'll just do it myself. No, but like
I actually find that to be
don't-
more intimate, but a lot of people are not.
I go back and forth. It's two different types of pleasures. 100% doing it yourself and then doing it with a vibrator.
Okay. Now since we're on the topic, and I know
Now that I've said that, I'm
our
full frame.
time.
Now it's time. Yeah, that's fine.
So let me know if we're like too far. But I tried something, and like people thought it was like the craziest thing ever.
I'm so excited.
Like non-touch at all, purely just listening and like orgasming from that.
And you did it?
And you
It happened.
did it?
Yeah, it was great.
There's
I don't think you're crazy.
wait,
no,
I
don't think you're crazy.
therapist. So
I
like,
think that's like-
try to experiment and
yeah.
But
that's crazy. I would never.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I had to.
You
work
have to
up
have.
to it.
I was gonna say you gotta have
Yeah,
real
yeah.
good mental. It's a mental thing too.
It's all
Definitely
mental.
mental.
But that probably, if you have like sexual blockage, like mental blockages, that probably is a really good practice in getting rid of that because you're just solely it's on your mind, not anything else, no outside factors.
Yeah.
Congrats. I feel like I need to.
Yeah,
I feel like I need to like
that's-
round of applause. Like
Seriously.
Like
That's so funny.
I definitely couldn't.
I've.
Don't knock it till you try it though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, or don't. I feel like going into it with that type of mindset,
Yeah.
On my
you're
drinks.
automatically, you know what I mean, going to
Yeah.
be like more closed off to it. But like if it's just not an avenue that you're
There's just-
interested in exploring,
So did you use it? Did
it's
you
not
use an
even just
app?
That I just did you use the app?
Just if we have any recs, like
Reddit, just go on Reddit. You can find anything on Reddit.
I can find sounds on Reddit.
Yeah, it sounds
Honestly,
with pleasure.
Colleen Hoover's book. Am I saying her name right?
Colleen Hoover.
Yeah. Some of her books you can honestly like. People
That's
say
okay.
say
Okay, so
sexual
you want a guilty pleasure? Smut books, bro.
Smut?
Let me read about it. Smut is what you call like nasty sex in books. Like
Never heard of that.
smut.
Yeah, Colleen Hoover.
Yeah,
I
she
feel
writes.
like
It's
she
so
just
you can
does-
have smut in the book, or there's certain authors who write smut books where the whole purpose. Do you have Credence?
Well, no, Sylvia Day. Years ago, but I read the last book on accident. Spicy.
Like, come on.
But then like there's 4 more before that, and they're a little toxic though. I will warn,
Mm-hmm.
And then again, like no one is telling me what is going to happen in A Court of Thorns and Roses, but like I'm.
Did you get to the part?
It's a little
Did you get to
hot.
it?
No.
Oh, you're gonna. My friend just read it, and
Don't
she
say
told me that.
Yeah, don't say, 'cause
I'm
no
not-
one's telling me
No,
anything.
I don't.
Okay.
Well, I didn't read it, so I don't know. But she told me that she got to the part in Starbucks, and she said she was kicking and giggling, hoping nobody was looking over her shoulder. She kept
Oh my gosh,
looking
it's
around.
that?
Yeah,
It's like that. Oh, I'm excited.
If you
Everyone
really
keeps saying keep
I
going.
read the one book from Colleen Hoover.
was it Verity? Was it Verity?
Yes. One night. One night. I
One
literally-
night.
Teeth in the headboard.
My boyfriend looked over at like 2 a.m. and saw that, because listen, I read my textbook all day, so I don't want to pick up. And I heard about this book, and I was like, all right.
That book is a
2 a.m.
good book, not
He
just the
looked over
sex.
it is a really good book, but I was like, I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
It just kept going.
Yeah.
And then Credence is,
I heard about the.
yeah, that's some. I've never thought about things that have happened in that, like the things that happened in that book. I never would have thought about. Never would have thought
I
about.
need to make a list then.
But I like that. I like spicy books. Like, let me feel something.
I like spicy books, I think, better than a movie.
Oh yeah, and like I like
You have
that,
more
but
time to get to start being in the middle and the end versus a movie. I feel like.
Yeah.
and also I feel like the movies, it's very obvious. It's all about the sex. Like when you have 50 Shades of Grey or
Right,
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Oh,
Like the plot doesn't even make sense. How did we get here?
Yeah.
You just have like the sex parts or whatever. And there's another one that came out, and it was literally the plot of the movie, and it's 3 movies, absolutely awful. The sex scenes are just good, and it's just like, so I'm watching porn is what you're telling me. Like that's
On the big screen.
on a big screen. And I hope nobody can hear. So I need to get my own apartment, because sometimes I'm like, I'm right now watching True Blood, and that the sex scenes in that are crazy. And I didn't.
Yes.
Wait,
Even-
Yes.
I didn't get past.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh, okay.
No spoilers.
I watched Bridgerton.
I'm not a
I mean, I
spoiler.
watched season 1, so I do know some of
It
the.
just gets hot, and
It
I'm like,
just
okay,
hot.
Bridgerton.
So season 2, season 3 get even
of them.
spicier.
Yeah,
all of them.
They just get spicy.
Yeah.
Spicy.
I just
Yeah.
watched Queen Charlotte's story.
Oh, I love
that. Was so good. That made me.
have to watch
I sobbed. Oh, I sobbed. When you get when
Don't say
it
anything.
I won't, but when it goes
I
the full
forget, but it
circle,
was a beautiful. Yeah.
when it goes full circle, and you
haven't
realize
gotten
everything. I'm like, oh, I will literally. I was devastated.
Yeah.
Devastated, and not in a bad way. Like it's beautiful
Yeah.
at the end, but.
Okay, so
Sorry, that was not rapid fire.
no,
We
I
suck
know,
at rapid fire. I
But
just couldn't say the word. I was
It's
like,
great that we're having such a good combo. I really do love
Yes.
that.
Yes.
So this will be what we end on, and
Okay.
then I'll do intro, and then. So, best advice you've ever received?
Tyler. She's my advice.
oh, I thought you were gonna make me go first.
No,
That was me too.
no,
That was
she
nice.
really is.
That was beautiful.
Me too. You just. And
was
I
such
rolled
a
my eyes. I
moment.
literally went
I
like I'm such a bitch.
Take it back. Sorry, cursing.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Beep. Thank you.
You're
That actually made me feel like I just
And that was so easy for you. That was
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm here for the people. I say this all the time. Like I really am just here for everybody else. Like I'm here for myself. I'm learning to put myself first, whatever. But everything that I go through, the way I get through anything that gets thrown at my way is, well, now I know this, and I can help this person if they go through this too. And that's what like keeps me going through everything. So to know that paid off in the terms of like, you look at me as somebody who gives you the best advice to keep you going. I'm like, yes, trauma, fuck you. Because I helped Angelina. Literally, I won.
Yeah.
Silver lining, I won. And I think, to be honest, the best advice is the things that I learned from my trauma, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is going to sound crazy to some people. I am so thankful for all the trauma I've had in my life.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm that bitch now. So
Period.
screw you. I won't say
Full
the bad word.
circle.
Full circle. Screw you.
just talking
I
about
won. I won. Karma. I mean, the trauma did not.
Yeah.
The people who caused the trauma did not. And thank you.
Yeah.
Now get ready for my show.
Yeah.
Because I'm coming full force.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This comeback. No.
Thank you. I said on my episode, when a man breaks my heart, yes. 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 Watch me, because you just kicked me in the ass in a way that
Yeah.
doesn't get kicked. And
Yeah.
I'm about to glow up. I'm about to grow up.
Yes.
I'm about to literally unstoppable, like a plant that just like twines everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank you. Amen.
He'll be walking down the street and he'll just see it.
My billboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yep,
died.
I did that right after you broke my heart. Thank you.
love that.
Thank
Love
you.
that for you.
because that's gonna happen.
How about for you?
No, I literally see that.
Wait, what's your guilty pleasure? Did you say it? Did I listen?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, what's your guilty pleasure?
Do I also have to participate in
Yes, I just decided we're going to do guilty pleasure and best advice.
So guilty pleasure, honestly, I'm not sure that I feel like it would have been some sort of like sexual thing before, but right now I don't know if I have one because I'm releasing guilt. Like, why should I feel guilt about things that make me feel good? I don't know.
So should we abolish the whole guilty pleasure term? Like, it's just, we're
Now
just,
that I'm thinking about it, I'm like,
these are just our pleasures. We're
are just
no longer
pleasures.
guilty about it.
yeah.
I can't even say it.
Oh my God.
It's such a
Masturbate.
silly word.
Self-pleasure. Just say self-pleasure.
My friends say flick the bean.
Oh no, I don't like that. I hate when people say that.
Like
People
those, like-
used to do it in high school. I'm like, that
Used to do it?
No, just like
Say
say,
the
the
word.
word.
I was like,
and
wait a
guys
second.
would say, they'd be like, you flick your bean last night. Like,
Ew, yeah, like, that sounds a little weird.
We just got guys.
And then
Masturbation.
It's self-love.
Self-love.
Yeah,
Self-pleasure.
self-pleasure.
Thank you. I like
Yeah.
that. We're going to say self-pleasure.
please stop saying flick the bean and tell your friends to stop saying that.
My friend Alex does. She's
Stop it right now.
yeah, she'll yeah.
Okay, so, and then my best piece of advice. Honestly, like it's always the corny things that I think are the most like powerful.
We're not
but
corny then.
Believing in, honestly, I want to say yourself, but also I want to say just something. Believing in, because for me personally, I couldn't believe in myself for so long. So I put like all of my, like I really leaned into my faith and I said, I wanted to see myself how God sees me. And the way he views me is so different than how I view myself. Cause I'm like, me, you're picking me to do this? Like, why me? I don't understand. Like, what
Isn't
you
it
see in
such
me?
a like a
It is a weight lifted off.
I don't know how to explain it, but it is. It's just
Yeah.
like a wow.
And
it's
I'm
just
like-
a wow. Like
I truly am not that type of person. Like I grew up in the church, so I have church trauma. I like churchy people. I just don't really
I was an usher
vibe
girl.
well.
can I have your monies? That was me. Money donations. Like
So literally, like for me to come to this place in my adulthood to be like really like comfortable with my faith and just like my relationship, just what's happening right now, it's like it's very new for me. So, but I would say that is like the most beautiful thing that I'm learning right now in this chapter is to believe in something, be passionate about something, and watch just like the fruits of that labor just
you have to have faith.
flourish. Yeah.
Like I said earlier, for things to happen for you, you cannot have doubt. And in order not to have doubt, you have to have that like strength that strength and faith that cannot be messed with from anybody else. Like
Right.
you know you're this, you know that the universe sees you like that. It does not matter what anybody says about you, what anybody does to you or anything, because you're not going to change my mind. And I actually, can I add a second part to mine? Because that sticker you have up over there that says
the universe
will not, what does it say?
the universe will not give you peace in something you were never meant to settle in.
I love that. That's gonna stick with me. Like I had that thought, like I've always had that kind of like belief, but to see it written right there, it's like in words and in a set. Yep, that was some good advice right there.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining
I'm so
the
excited.
pod.
I'm so
Like,
excited.
This was such a beautiful conversation.
Does the couch come with us? Is this our gift?
This is in my car.
You're gonna come here one day and be like, "Where's my couch?"
Something's missing.
Yeah.
I'm like, Tyler. I'm like, huh?
Stop.
Like
I
throw it out
love
the window. Angelina catch it.
Yeah.
No, but I'm so grateful to have you all. Like I love that we did our own crossover.
We have to do this again.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
not.
it's
This is
not
not
At the
it.
end.
This is just the beginning.
This is fun. This was for funsies. We're actually, you guys didn't, we're coming out with something. I just
Yeah.
decided. We might not know what it is, but it'll be something.
Something.
Oh, I believe
something
that.
blue.
Stop. How cute. Something blue. And comes in threes.
Ooh. I already know. I just figured it out. See, I told
Okay.
you.
All right. Beautiful.
Cute little merch. Merch would be cute.
Ooh, I'm excited. Okay. There's so much to come. There's so much in store.
I just thought like of a fun springtime merch and drink crossover.
In a journal. Cute little journal attached to it. Yeah.
We're coming out with it.
Things in the works.
We're working on a little something like that right now.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little
Yeah.
experience.
Oh, that's
yeah.
so fun. That's so fun.
I just can't stop. Like I don't, it's actually not even a choice.
Yeah.
It's just there. And I'm like, thank you. Like it's just, I was blessed with a brain that doesn't stop
Yeah.
and it has great ideas.
Yeah.
I'm teaching myself that sometimes. I'd be like, please make it stop because I'm not going to waste an idea.
Oh, of course not.
I loved this. Yes. Thank you so much for having us.
Time to outro. Yes, thank you all so much for joining. And I will include all of their information so you can follow up and see what they have in the works, because beautiful things are coming and you all need to stay updated, okay?
Always.
So if you are hearing this, that means you've listened to the entire episode. And for that, I want to thank you. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends or leave a review wherever you are listening. To stay updated with the Honest Hour podcast, you can follow me on Instagram at The Honesty Pod. And if there are specific topics you want me to cover in future episodes, please let me know. Thank you again, and I hope to see you back here next week. Bye.
Bye.